great kapok tree. One man was walking into the rainforest. Moments before, the forest had been alive with the sounds of squawking birds and howling monkeys. Now, as the creatures watched the man and wondered why he had come, and went to a great kapok tree. The axe and kill it and stop the trunk of the tree. Whack! 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 The sounds of the blows rang through the forest. The wood of the tree was very hollow. Chop! 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 Man wiped out the sweat that ran down his face and neck. Whack! Chop! Whack! Chop! Soon the man grew tired. He sat down to rest at the foot of the great kapok tree. Before he knew it, the heat and hum of the forest had lulled him to sleep. The bullock instructor led them to kapok tree. He slithered down his trunk to live. He looked at the gash. The axe had made in the tree. Then the huge snakes slid very close to the man and his instinct. Senor, this is a tree of miracles. It is my home, where generations of my ancestors have lived. Do not chop it down. A butterfly flew near the sleeping man's ear. Senor, our home is in this kapok tree, and we fly from tree to tree and flower to flower, collecting pollen. In this way, we pollinate the trees and flowers throughout the rainforest. We'll see all living things depend on one another. A monkey scampered out from the canopy of the kapok tree. He chatted to the sleeping man.
Senor, we have seen the ways of man. You chop down one tree, then you come back for another and another. These roots of these great trees will wither under. When the heavy rains come, the soil will be washed away and the forest will become a desert.
A toucan flew down from the canopy. Senor, do not chop down the tree. We have flown over the rainforest and the steam of beacons already begin to chop down the tree. Many people sit on the land. They set fires to clear the underbrush, and soon the forest disappears. For once there was life and beauty, but only smoldering black ruins remain. A bright and small tree frog on a long edge of a leaf. In a squeaky voice, he piped the man's ear. Senor, a ruined man's horn means a ruined life. Many ruined lives. You will leave many of us homeless if you chop down this great kapok tree. A jaguar was sleeping on a branch in the middle of the tree. Because his spotted coat blended into the dapple light and shadows of the understories, no one had noticed him. Now he leapt down and pant silently over to the sleeping man. He growled in his ear. Senor, this kapok tree is home to many birds and animals. Cut it down, will I find my dinner? A tree crow climbed from branch to branch and whispered to the man. Senor, do you know what we animals and humans need in order to give oxygen? And do you know what trees produce oxygen? If you cut down the forest to destroy that which gives us all life. An ant climbed down the kapok tree with her baby clinging to her back. The striped ant said to the sleeping man, "You are cutting down the tree with no thought for the future. You know what happens today depends on what happens tomorrow. The big man who told you to cut down the tree is nothing in the world his children will be living in. A world without trees." A three-toed soft and then climbed down from the canopy when the man's voice appeared. Only now did she reach the land. Plodding over so slowly over to the sleeping man, he spoke in her deep and lazy voice. Senor, 2 children from the Yanomamo tribe who lived in the rainforest knelt over to the sleepy man and murmured in his ear.
Senior, when you awake, please look upon us all with new eyes.
The man awoke with a start. Before him stood the rainforest children, and all around him staring were the creatures who depended upon the great Kapok tree. What wonders and rare animals they were. They looked about and saw some jewels amidst the dark green forest. Strange and beautiful landscapes in the air, suspended from the great tree. Then smelled the finger perfume of the flowers. He felt the steamy mist rising from the forest floor. He heard no sounds, and the creatures were strangely silent. Then stood and picked up his axe. He swung back his arm as though to strike the tree. Suddenly he stopped. He turned and looked at the animals and the children. He hesitated. Then he dropped the axe and walked out of the rainforest.